About our plans for preseason, the players you expect to perhaps bring into camp, and if we're looking at people kind of generally where we're from and what we're looking for.
Right. I have there have been plenty of calls and plenty of recommendations for players. Everybody, really, my best friends, they don't recommend me players because they know me better. It's not about friendship, it's about being the best players for this club. So to eliminate all that and for me not to waste too much energy on that, we will have a mini camp starting on the 26th to the 31st. And basically we're bringing all the players that coaches in New York think should be and could be in the team. We're bringing players from the Italian league, from the Greek league, the African league, from the Spanish league, so that way we'll give them a first chance, and if we find a player or two, that would be good. For that mini camp, we're bringing the players that we drafted already, plus the ones on the complimentary draft, and then on the 2nd of February we're going to Los Angeles for 2 weeks. Hopefully we'll take a few players, plus the 18-man roster that we have, and we're very aware of. We'll be back. We have 3 days off. Then we will go to Salzburg for 2 weeks. Come back, another 3 days off. Then we'll go to Charleston for a mini tournament. There are 3 teams, and that will be it. The reason being, I believe that it's too much time off. But when the players come back, the preseason can be too long. And I'm more used to like what I did with Manchester City, only 5 weeks. So basically gives you about a chance to play 4 or 5 games and play with the tactics that we were talking before, and hopefully decide what's the best thing for the team.
Thank you very much for that. As someone with ties both in MLS and then South America, can you talk about how you think MLS has worked to recruit and bring in players and talent from South America, and whether or not you think those types of players want to play in leagues like MLS?
I do think so. Again, if we are honest, it's difficult for us to compete with the European market, because obviously most players play for a living, so they want to go where they make more money. But I think the Central America and the South America market is a good target for the MLS teams, and hopefully I can bring good players from that market, because I should be aware of what the players are and what they want to make, what they can do, and the money that they can come for. So that's my intention, and that's what I'm putting on my efforts to.
The team re-signed John Conway and also added Zach Thornton this week. Can you talk a bit about how you expect our goalkeeping position to shape up and how you think we'll be this year?
Right. I could probably say that, if I'm honest, we need to strengthen the team in every single position. But again, I want to spend the money that is available in the key positions that we need to place the most. In the goalkeeping, I highly rated the opinion of Des, which is our goalkeeper coach, and he believes that John is a good goalkeeper, and by bringing Zach, will be a guy that will push him, and hopefully with a new mentality we'll have good goalkeepers. I just want to remind you that if we look at all the rosters, I think we are in a very good position if we compare ourselves to the others. Houston has a 40-year-old goalkeeper. Nothing against him, but that's the reality. Chicago has his number 1 in a tryout in Norwich. He might sign there. Chivas has a very good offer for the goalkeeper from Europe. So we look around, it's not just saying, oh, we need a better goalkeeper. I know that, guys. I know we probably need a better 11 if I'm right. If I tell Juan Pablo, that I want to bring another striker that push him, he will be okay with that, because he knows my way of looking at things. But we can't have players, we can't have another 11 players. We just don't money for that. So the goalkeeping, I'm happy, I'm pleased with what we have. Now is for me, Des, and whoever comes on board, to get the best out of those guys. Now, something else. if we have better defenders, the goalkeepers will look better.
One of the problems we felt we had last year was finding a central playmaker to link between the midfielders and the forwards as well as the defense. Can you talk a little bit about how you plan to fill that hole and whether you look to play another defensive midfielder alongside Reina, and just kind of how you look to set up the midfield? Back to the clipboard.
Right. Well, if we play like that, obviously there's two central midfielders. One is more like a defensive midfielder, so he will keep the balance of the team. It's more like a central guy, so we always defend with this three, plus him is four, and one of the two white players that don't go in the attack. Now this second midfielder is more like a distributor. He's a guy that can spray the ball around, that can play long balls, that can play short balls into the attacking midfielder and to the strikers. So I think he's more like a offensive, if you like it. Now if I am in the perfect world, would be like defensive midfielder, a mix of them two, and an attacking midfielder here.
Which one of those is Claudio Reyna?
I would think, in my eyes, it's probably this one, along with a very, very good defensive midfielder that can defend for his own and himself.
From what you've seen of Josie Altenberg, can you talk a little bit about his progression, where you think it's possible as a player, how good he can get? Obviously see the tremendous class of a guy like Juan Carlos Osorio. Can you talk a bit about what you think the future holds for Josie as well as a player?
Again, I believe that as good as he is, and I told him that, so I'm not talking behind his back, he needs to improve. And you ask me, I can tell you he needs to improve his left foot, he needs to improve his heading, he needs to improve his finish. But that's my job. I think if he gives himself a chance, and ourselves a chance to be here for one more year, at the end of the year he will be a better player than what he is now.
Okay, and this is a kind of final prepared question. In the places you've been, like England and Colombia, there's a strong bond between the players and the fans, a bond that is acknowledged home and away when fans travel to support the team. A lot of times that bond is lacking in MLS, especially among some of the Americans.